What did I do?
That's the thing about life. It can be unpredictable, but your dreams need not be. How far would you go to make your dreams come true? How close are you to reaching those goals set by you? While others focus on a new normal, you focus on a new beginning. Look around for what inspires you. Build your narrative. After all, it's your story to tell. Take a chance. Take a leap. Begin your study abroad journey with us.
Looking for the right course for you? Welcome to AECC Global's Course Search, your one-stop platform for all your international education needs. Browse through millions of free, valuable study abroad resources to pursue your international study dream. To begin your search, type in your preferred course in the search bar. Filter by sub-course category, level of study, destination preference, tuition fees, duration, and post-study work visa. With a destination drop-down, you can search for the preferred destinations of your choice. You can also filter down courses by top-ranked universities in your preferred destination and their rankings. Browse through various career choices, and you can also browse through free student resources like articles on tips to study abroad, the latest news, etc. We are here to support you with every step of your study abroad journey. To explore your course options, visit search.aeccglobal.com.
Oke, selamat sore teman-teman AECC Global. Selamat datang di live webinar session AECC Global hari ini dengan University of Derby. Saya dengan Lani dari AECC Global yang akan menjadi host dari sesi yang berjudul Get Your UK Master's Degree at University of Derby. Bersama saya tentu ada bintang tamu kita sore hari ini, yaitu Bapak Dono Widiatmoko, Senior Lecturer in Epidemiology, Statistics, and Research Methods dari University of Derby, yang akan memberikan informasi mengenai Master of Public Health di University of Derby. Kenapa harus ambil Master Degree di University of Derby? So please welcome Bapak Dono Widiatmoko. Apa kabar Pak? Selamat datang di platform AECC Global sore hari ini. Sehat ya Pak?
Selamat sore.
Oke, terima kasih Pak udah berada di platform kita sore hari ini. Along with Pak Dono, we also have Joe Brown, who is the program lead for Master of Public Health, and Anna Scott, the International Recruitment Officer for Southeast Asia and Europe International Office. Okay. Thanks Anna for being here this afternoon. Sore hari ini kita akan, Anna juga akan memberikan informasi mengenai introduction to Derby and the university tentunya, kemudian studying at postgraduate thought program at the University of Derby, Kemudian Pak Dono juga akan menyambung dengan memberikan introduction mengenai Master of Public Health program dan juga bagaimana cara apply-nya, kemudian scholarships apa yang akan diberikan oleh University of Derby bagi teman-teman sekalian. Dan tentu tidak ketinggalan apabila teman-teman mempunyai pertanyaan sepanjang sesi ini, silahkan ketik di question and answer box supaya at the end of the session kita bisa bahas bersama pertanyaan tersebut. Sebelum kita mulai, sedikit mengenai Pak Dono Widiatmoko. Beliau adalah seorang senior lecturer dari Faculty of Public Health ya, at the College of Health, Psychology and Social Care at the University of Derby. Beliau bertanggung jawab untuk develop and deliver tentunya postgraduate modules in epidemiology, statistics and research methodology, serta health economics, baik secara offline maupun secara online. Dan juga beliau mengajar modul yang terkait. Sebelum bergabung dengan University of Derby, beliau juga merupakan akademik di banyak university di UK ya, di Teesside, di Salford, di Wolverhampton, di Hertfordshire, dan juga di Universitas Indonesia. Beliau mendapatkan gelar Bachelor of Science in Public Health dari University of Indonesia, kemudian mengambil Postgraduate Certificate in Economics di University of York, dan juga mendapatkan Master of Science in Health Economics dari University of York. Pengalaman beliau sebagai pembicara di International Conference sudah di mana-mana tentunya, meliputi bidang global public health, contohnya pada Third International Conference on Urban Health yang diadakan oleh Politeknik Kesehatan di Makassar, di bawah Menteri Kesehatan tentunya, dan juga di International Conference on Health Development by the University of Veteran Nasional di Jakarta. Okay. Industrial experience beliau dengan salah satu global pharmaceutical company terbesar di area government affairs, market access, dan juga communications for the Indonesian operations. Sebelumnya beliau juga merupakan consultant specializing in the area of strategy and planning. Nanti Pak Dono akan bicara lebih lanjut mengenai dirinya. Okay, so without further ado, karena keterbatasan waktu yang kita miliki, I would like to pass on the screen first to Miss Anna Scott.
Hi everybody.
Recruitment Officer. Silakan Anna. Over to you, Anna.
Okay. Is that everybody can see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. So I'm going to start off by just telling you a little bit about the city of Derby and the university, the general information, and then I'll pass over to Dono, who's going to give you a little bit more information about the Masters of Public Health. So to start off, I'll show you a short video about where Derby is.
The University of Derby, located in the heart of the UK, where both city life and countryside are on your doorstep. And by road, rail or air, it's really easy to get to. Our Derby campus is 1 hour 30 minutes by train from London. Our Buxton campus is just 1 hour by train from Manchester. And if you're travelling from overseas, Derby is within easy reach of major UK airports. Plus, we offer a meet and greet airport service when you arrive. Now you know where the University of Derby is. It's time to find out where we can take you. Visit derby.ac.uk. The University of Derby.
Okay, so as you can see from that, Derby, we're in the centre of the United Kingdom, right in the heart of England. We've got countryside right on our doorstep, and we are in middle of what we call a small city. You can get to other major cities quite quickly. We've got really good transport links. So if you were flying from Jakarta, You can fly directly to London. It would take you about 17.5 hours, or you can connect and fly to Birmingham or Manchester. And then to get from those airports to the university is quite easy. We also offer a airport pickup for international students. So if you fly into one of those airports, because we know it can be quite daunting to come into the UK for the first time, we will travel to pick you up in a group and bring you back to your halls of residence to make sure that you get there safely. Just a few pictures now of the Peak District. So as I mentioned, we're in the centre of England and we're right on the edge of the Peak District National Park. So that's one of a really beautiful national park here in England. So it's a really great base to explore the countryside, and if you're into things like hiking or mountain biking, or just have a nice walk around the really pretty villages, then it's perfect for doing that. So we're really proud actually of being kind of a mixture of both worlds. You can have the city and you can have the country right on your doorstep too. In terms of the city, we have lots of small independent shops in what we call the Cathedral Quarter, but we also have a large shopping centre with a food mall as well if you're wanting to do some shopping and have some food. We've been voted one of the most affordable cities in the UK to live. So if you're coming to be a student, things in terms of rent and food, you're going to get a lot more for your money than you would in some of the bigger cities. We've got lots of nice parks, so you can have a nice stroll around, or sometimes you might want to sit and study in the nice area. And we've got a really diverse international student population. So we've got students coming from over 100 countries, studying from undergraduate level up to postgraduate level, and PhD students as well. So Derby's a very multicultural city. And it's home to some major multinational companies as well. So Rolls-Royce and Toyota, as you can see there on the screen, have their head offices in Derby. So in terms of job opportunities and working with industry, it's also a really good city to be in. So when you're looking at universities in the UK, you'll see that some of them are campus universities and they might have everything, including accommodation, all on one site. Others are more of a city university. Derby is kind of a mixture of both. So we do have our Derby campus, which is the picture top left there. You can see there's a sports hall, there's lots of facilities in terms of teaching and labs. We have a library there, it's where our student union is based. But we also have buildings spanning from that into the city centre as well. So things like our Mark Eaton Street building, which is where our science, technology, engineering and arts courses are taught. Our Britannia Mill, which is art and design, and we have our own fashion house. And then right in the city centre, we have 1 Friargate Square, which is our newest building, and it's where our law programmes are taught. What's really exciting is that we've just announced that next door to the law building in the city centre, we are going to be building a brand new business school, and that's set to be open from 2024. Within that area, they're going to build lots of new buildings and really regenerate the area. In terms of accommodation, our accommodation is scattered in between all of those buildings. So we like to call it the university quarter of the city. When you're in the university quarter, you'll find it difficult to get lost because there's lots of signs telling you 10 minutes walk to this building, 20 minutes walk to that building. So you feel like you're part of a real university community when you're in that area of the city. We do have a university bus that can travel between the buildings. But what's really nice about Derby is that actually you can walk quite easily between our buildings within a short period of time. So it might be 10, 20-minute walk, like I said, and through nice kind of quiet parks sometimes, which is quite nice. So I'm just going to show you this video that will show you our facilities here at the university, just a little insight into what we have in our different sites. So as you can see, lots of new facilities there. We pride ourselves of having facilities that are industry ready, that you can be practicing those skills that you need when you graduate. In terms of joining the university, we have friendly student centres that will support you once you join. And we're proud to have been ranked #1 in the UK for multicultural learning, formally welcoming international students, and for faith provision. So we have an on-site multi-faith centre where you can talk to different people. You might want to pray or just have some quiet time. And like I said, real multicultural, thriving community. Once you join the university, we do put on different events for international students to help you make friends and meet different people. So you generally get those in your first week before you start your classes, and then they do hold different events throughout the year as well. So in a couple of weeks, we're holding a big international event for all international students, and students are invited to bring examples of their culture, of their food, and just to get to know everybody. So to talk a bit more about postgraduate study at the University of Derby, we have a range of postgraduate courses that you can study. The best place to go to have a look is on the website. That's the most up-to-date. In terms of study, we have different study options. Most of our international students will come to campus-based study, so much of your learning will be in traditional lectures, in seminars, in discussion groups, different projects. And we also use technology and media to bring you most up-to-date learning resources. So some of your learning materials might be online, but at the moment the university is open, and we're, all students are learning in person when they can. Across our postgraduate courses, you'll find lecturers who still work in the field and have really good industry connections. So across all of our programs, our lecturers are respected and active researchers. So they'll support you to kind of bring that real research and current research into your learning. Here's a list of some of the most popular subject areas of postgraduate study, but like I said, most of the most up-to-date programs are on our website. So the best place to go to have a look at the courses is derby.ac.uk. We also have something called On Demand, where you can look through lots and lots of videos. So it might be that the program leader has done a video talking about the program and the facilities or different students. So that's a really good resource of information. So now I'm going to pass it over to Dono, and he's going to tell you a bit more about the Masters of Public Health.
Hello, everyone. I think I'm going to be speaking in mixed language, Indonesian and English. I hope everyone's fine with that. Sorry, Anna. It's time to sometimes enjoy this language with Indonesian students and applicants. Teman-teman sekalian atau adik-adik sekalian, perkenalkan nama saya Dono Widiatmoko. Saya warga negara Indonesia yang lahir besar di Jakarta, tapi kemudian saya mendapatkan kesempatan untuk bersekolah di Inggris dan kemudian mengajar sampai saat ini di Inggris. I've been working for University of Derby from 2019, so I've been 3 years working for University of Derby. Prior to that, tadi Bulan ini sudah cerita sedikit, saya sempat bekerja di Jakarta. Saya mulai karir saya di Jakarta di tahun di akhir tahun 90-an. Saya dosen di University of Indonesia. Kemudian saya sempat kerja di sebuah perusahaan konsultan internasional yang berusaha di Jakarta. Kemudian saya bersekolah lagi di Inggris. Kemudian saya mendapat pekerjaan di Inggris di University of Hertfordshire. Dari situ saya pindah universitas ke University of Wolverhampton. Kemudian pindah lagi universitas lain lagi, Salford University. Kemudian Teesside University di Middlesbrough. Baru kemudian di tahun 2015 saya kembali lagi ke Indonesia, bekerja di sebuah perusahaan farmasi terbesar di dunia, yang untuk Jakarta office-nya di Kuningan dari 2015 sampai 2019. 2019 saya memutuskan untuk kembali bekerja di Inggris dan bekerja untuk University of Derby. So I'm now involved with the delivery of the design and delivery of the Master of Public Health at the University of Derby. My friend Anna has just mentioned to you where Derby is, what courses that we have provided for you. I'm just giving you an example of the Master of Public Health that I'm involved in now. So Master of Public Health is aimed at developing a public health professional, workers, or practitioners, whatever you can lead it, who can lead, develop, and evaluate public health projects in a multidisciplinary environment. So the key words there is that we are able to work multidisciplinary, because public health, you all know more or less now during the last 2 years, we have all been through this, the COVID, and we know that health is actually multidisciplinary. It's not only the job of the doctors, the nurses, the midwives, and so on, but also the jobs of the politician, the economist, the health promotion, health prevention, and so on. So here is we underline the importance of working together collaboratively, and hence our content our program structure reflects what we meant by multidisciplinary environment. So this program is delivered. I'm part of the program teaching, and on behalf of Joe Brown, the program leader for MSc Public Health, I would like to say her apologies because she is a bit unwell this afternoon Indonesian time, or the morning UK time now, so she will not be able to join us this morning. But the teaching staff consists of people with different backgrounds, different skill sets, so it helps us to deliver this from a multidisciplinary views of public health that we are offering. We will elaborate a number of key issues that determines health status. So what makes people and the population healthy? What factors contributes to this health status achievement? And what can we do about it? So that's basically what we are trying to cover in this Master of Public Health. Next slide, please, Anna. Next slide. So this is just a selection of people who are involved. I'm Dono. I'm obviously, you know, I'm an Indonesian working at the University of Kingdom now. And Joe Brown is the program leader. She has a nursing background. Alan has a background in environmental epidemiology. Mandy Brown also have a background in public health generally, and other teams members that are involved in this program. We are also using our links with the Derby City Councils, our links with the what's it called previously, Public Health England, and other colleagues at different institutions, which help us to deliver this program on in addition to our full-time teaching staff at the University of Derby. Next, please. What modules? What are you going to be studying? As these are the list of core and optional modules that you students can take. The core modules are there. Public health and health improvement modules, which will basically cover how do we understand public health generally, and what can we do to improve the health status of the population. And these will be based upon a strong understanding of epidemiology and statistics. Although I need to underline this, that we are not going to teach students to be statisticians, but rather to use statistics to understand what's happening in the society, what is happening, and that's been reported in journals and many other information sources. And also, we need to be able to appraise the evidence that are given to us. So that's the next module, critical appraisal and research skills, that we need to be able to understand key principles of research methodologies and critically appraise the evidence that we saw and that we observe from this published studies. Also, we want students to have strong understanding of health protection. So basically, how do we, both as a government institution or society as a large, to protect our health status from threats or from stressors? Just for example, COVID is one example as one stressors that we might face, that we might have to that challenge our population health status. So those are the core modules that students need to take, and students also able to take these optional modules from health economics, global health, health promotion, and so on. There's a number. This is only a list of optional modules. We have plenty more that are gathered from the college, basically. So we are students are able to join modules that are offered by other programs within the college, or sometimes across college as well. At the University of Derby, we have 3 colleges that provides different programs and so on, and we are able to join the modules that are offered by other programs. So, and at the end, students need to take we call it independent scholarship, or traditionally this is called dissertation, but at Derby we call it independent scholarship. So basically, students are required to develop an academic work correlates to 60 credits. So basically, this is the final dissertation project that normally students do a research project or in various different kinds, from primary research, secondary research, literature reviews, and so on, which concludes the whole program. So in general, a master's program in the United Kingdom requires 1 year, a 1 year program, not 1 hour. That's quick, probably too easy. So 1 year program to complete. So our master's public health also consisted, also designed to be completed in 1 year. So it started from September and finished by summer the following year. These are this what I mentioned to you. This is the classroom atau program yang kita lakukan secara face to face. Dan ini secara keseluruhan juga ada di program-program lain. Maksudnya master program yang ada di University of Derby secara umum punya struktur yang mirip dengan ini. Memang modulnya berbeda, tujuannya berbeda, dan lain sebagainya. Tapi strukturnya kurang lebih mirip. Overall, general is 1 year program, and we welcome applicants from various backgrounds related to health. So in previous years, we have students from medical background, dentistry background, nursing background, biology background, sometimes engineering backgrounds, sometimes social backgrounds, and so on. So we are quite open for people with different backgrounds, but we need to be sure that they have an interest in health. So whether they have been working in health or are looking to establish their career in health-related sector or hospital sector. As I mentioned to you before, I have my undergraduate degree in public health and my master's degree in health economics, and I continue my research in health economics as well. But my career has been either teaching, consulting, or working as a hospital consultants, not medical consultants, but hospital are a complex organization that requires a lot of inputs. So I have supported many different hospitals in Indonesia to develop their planning and so on, analyze their businesses, their services, and so on. So that is also part of what you can do. On the other hand, we also offer the online version of the program. So we Master's Public Health at the University of Derby are offered through two different routes. One is the full classroom session or full classroom mode, which is this one. I said we're fully classroom, but sometimes we also offer an online session from our external speakers and so on. So it's quite flexible, especially after COVID, we are becoming more flexible in our delivery, but primarily this will be a classroom session based at Kedelston campus at Derby. But also we offer the other option, the other route, which is the full online modes. The full online modes are delivered not through 1 year full-time course, but rather a 3 years mode. So students study their modules, one module at a time for each term. So 1 year they have 3 terms. In each term they will study one module. So it will be completed, the whole thing, within the 3 years. So for this program, we have experienced students from many different parts of the world that are studying from there, whatever they are. So one from Barbados, from Saudi Arabia, one from, currently we have students from Canada, we have students from Singapore, and many different places. Sometimes I didn't remember, I don't remember where they are because they're all around the world. So next slide, please, Anna. I think this last one for me. I just want to show you one profile of our current graduates. So this is Rabia. Rabia completed her course 3 years ago. She had a degree from Canada, then relocated to the United Arab Emirates, before then took the Master's Public Health from University of Derby. So she studied with us full time for 1 year. Then after that, she successfully joined Public Health England, and it was the right time, because during that time it was COVID, and she was heavily involved in COVID data analysis for Public Health England. So she developed a lot of materials for the government, for the analysis of the COVID vaccination and so on. So she works for Public Health England, and now she works for a global pharma company. She works from home, good thing, and she works for a global pharmaceutical company as an associate director in epidemiology. So she is also involved in our program, and now as an associate lecturer. So she helps us deliver some session relevant to her skills and experience. I think that's it for me for the time being, Anna. You can continue next.
Okay, thank you. It's really nice to hear about where the graduates are now and their success stories. In terms of our employability at the university, we pride ourselves on supporting students whilst they are studying, but also for about 3 years afterwards. We promise that something called the Careers and Employment Service at the university will support students to find graduate roles or go on to further studies. So they can support with CV workshops, employer events that they hold at the university, where different companies come and promote the jobs and opportunities they might have. career seminars, online support. So they really support you to build all of those skills that you're going to need when you go off to work. So these additional skills in terms of teamwork and communication, and when you're looking for your first graduate role. I talked a little bit earlier about the companies that are based in the city. So we've got some really, really good links with industry, which means that you'll have the opportunity to apply your learning, whether it's with work experience that's relevant to your studies. Some of our programs include placements, but also just real world projects. So it might be that a business will set a project for students and you will look at that as part of a group work. So you're always getting that involvement with businesses and employers, which will really help you to look to find work after you've graduated. These just show some of the companies that we have links with. So I spoke about Toyota and Rolls-Royce having bases in Derby. Bombardier is also in Derby. But not only companies based in Derby, nationwide companies as well as companies across the world. So there's lots of different opportunities to get involved in industry. So the important stuff, some might say. In terms of our fees, these are the fees that have been set for 2022. So it's £14,700 for most of our postgraduate programs. Some postgraduate programs do have different fees. So like I said earlier, the best place to check is on our website. But over the last couple of years, we have been through kind of a project aligning fees. So most of the fees are £14,700 now, apart from that MBA Global, which is slightly more. I talked about Derby being good in terms of cost of living. So when you are applying for university, it's a real investment in your future, and you'll have two main costs to consider. The fee, which is your tuition fee that you will pay for the year, and then your living costs. So in Derby, we have a number of halls of residence. You'll be paying between £113 and £150 per week. The main difference there in cost is usually whether you have your own bathroom or not, but I'll talk a little bit about accommodation in a few minutes. And then you'll have to think about things like food, clothing, socialising, which is all really dependent on you. If you're going to go out a lot and eat out a lot, you're going to spend a little bit more. So they're the two costs that you need to consider. In terms of our entry criteria, depending on what level of study you are at the moment, if you're coming into a postgraduate programme, we would normally consider students that have got a 2-1 or comparable. So that's normally a GPA of 3.0, or if the programme is looking for comparable to a 2.2, that's a GPA of 2.5. If you do have questions on whether you're eligible to apply for the postgraduate programmes, you can speak to AECC and you can speak to me as well. So we can have that discussion before you apply as to whether it's likely that you're going to be accepted into the postgraduate programme. Sometimes students might want to come in and do a year or two of an undergraduate programme before they apply for the postgraduate programme. So you can be considered to entry into the final year of the programme if you've done the D3 year. But if you've done your 4-year diploma, normally we can accept you onto the postgraduate programme. Depending on the programme that you're applying for, some might have an interview, which would be conducted over Skype. And those are things like nursing, teaching, journalism. They often have the interview. Some programmes, if you're looking at art and design or music, you would need to provide a portfolio. And there are some other checks that might need to be done for certain programmes, including health and a DBS check, which is looking at your background. And those are for the courses where you might be working with vulnerable adults or children. We also will need to check your English language ability. So if English isn't your first language, And normally for our postgraduate programs, we will be asking for a minimum score of 6.5 on your IELTS, with no less than 5.5 in any of the areas. We do offer alternatives as well. So we'd actually have something called the Derby English language test, which you can complete. It's very similar to the IELTS test. It's usually a bit more cost effective if you were going to be applying for Derby. If you're applying to multiple universities, other universities might not accept that. So just be careful in terms of that if you're applying to more than one university. Scholarships and discounts. So we're really excited this year that in partnership with the British Council, we are offering a great scholarship again this year for several countries, but most importantly for Indonesia. So if you are coming onto a postgraduate taught program at the University of Derby, there is the opportunity to apply for the Great Scholarship, which is £11,000 towards your program fee. So that's a real chunk of that program fee that will be covered by the University and the British Council. We also have several other scholarships that you can apply for. So for example, the International Excellence Student Scholarship is worth £5,000. And the Vice Chancellor's Scholarship is fully funded for 1 year of your fee. So that would cover your entire program fee for the year. Those three scholarships, you would require a separate application. So this year, we're asking students to provide about 500 words talking about a topic that you've studied previously and that relates to the program you're applying for, and why you find that interesting, what has inspired you to continue your study at a postgraduate level. And we will look at that alongside sorry, your GPA. So for those higher scholarships, we're looking at GPAs of at least 3.6, 3.8. And then we might invite you to an interview. So that Great Scholarship is one that's really, really good for Indonesian students. So if you do decide to make an application and you have an offer for a program to study with us, definitely go and check out the scholarships that are available. We also have a postgraduate scholarship of £2,000, which is applicable to all students. Okay, so if you're applying for the university and you get accepted onto a postgraduate course, the course fee is £14,700, but you will automatically be applied at £2,000. So you'll be paying £12,700, and that can be combined with some other scholarships and discounts. So all of the information in terms of terms and conditions is on the website. Once you've got an offer to study with us, definitely speak to AECC or to myself about those opportunities. So I'm going to play you a little video now that just tells you a little bit about being an international student in the university. So we've got some previous international students that talk about their experience.
Ni hao, 我是李乐。
That was my name is Matthias.
Bună, numele meu este Ioana.
Hi, my name is Karen.
Cześć, mam na imię Natalia.
Came here, I didn't know anyone, no friends, didn't know what to expect.
Like first day I was here, I sat down in the classroom and I was really like, I don't understand nothing this man is saying. The accents, they all sound like Harry Potter.
I was worrying about being by myself.
I was just worried about living, just like the cost of living.
And how people will welcome me, how they will react.
But here in Derby, people are so friendly. They made us feel settled in very, very fast.
after 3 years of living here, I feel like Derby is kind of like my second home. It feels like they are just from my country or I'm from here.
It's very, very friendly and very personal. Like a big family.
I would recommend the University of Derby because it's so easy to connect with people and it's so easy to get the support, to get the opportunities, and all you have to do is just want.
When you live in your home, you live in your parents, you really can learn how to face the world, and you really to learn how to become more independent, becoming more strong.
There's a team of professionals here who will welcome you. They will make you feel like you're in second home. So don't worry, just pack your bags and make a decision, and we will enjoy it.
So they do like us to point out that was filmed before the COVID-19 pandemic. So just because obviously there's lots and lots of people in there, but it just helps to show that lots of the international students all talk about the community and the support that you get, and then it being a big family. And I feel that it does feel like that at Derby in terms of support, not only from your lecturers and your programme teams, but the student centres as well. So just a few more things on terms of student life before we get onto the question and answer session. So as you enrol at the university, you will automatically become a member of what we call the Union of Students. So the Union of Students runs more than 60 societies, from academic and active to charity, religious and cultural. So you might want to join something called Derby Worldwide, which is our international charity. We also have Spanish, Islamic, Cypriot unions, as well as a wide range of sports as well. So there's lots and lots of things that you can get involved in alongside your studies, which helps you kind of have fun and make friends. Obviously, you're coming to university to focus on studies, but you will need that downtime as well to help you relax. In terms of student living, I talked briefly about the halls being across an area of the city centre. So we actually have 9 halls of residence, all a short walk from lectures. I said we do have the university bus, but a lot of students like to walk between lectures. It's a nice, quiet city. There's not too much motorbikes or beeping going on around when you're walking to your lectures. You can walk through some nice parks. So all of the halls of residence have 24-hour security, free weekly cleaning. You'll normally be sharing a flat with 6 to 8 people. And I could talk about earlier, in terms of that price, some of the rooms have their own bathroom, some have a shared bathroom. We don't have any dorm rooms, so you will always get your own living space in terms of a bedroom, and then you'll share things like a kitchen where students can get together at night and socialise and make food together. We do offer a service that if you are looking for private accommodation, you can go through our website, and we have a list of approved accommodation in terms of approved landlords. If you've made Derby your firm choice, you can apply for accommodation. So you can apply quite early on in the year if you've said yes, if you get the results that you will be coming to Derby. There's a small deposit of about £100 that will come off your first bill. In terms of applying for accommodation, we will always guarantee international students a room if you apply before the 31st of August. The only thing that we can't guarantee is what type of room that will be. So if you know that you really, really want your own bathroom and ensuite, I would say apply sooner rather than later, because those are the rooms that get taken up quickly. But we will guarantee if you apply by the 31st of August that you will have a room on campus. So yeah, in terms of information, I'll leave it there and we'll see if we can answer some of your questions. I talked briefly about Derby On Demand. So if you go on the website and sign up to that, there's lots and lots of videos and vlogs from students, from lecturers, looking at the city, accommodation, and the different facilities. So sign up there. One of the good things that's come out of the last 2 years is actually there's so much more content now online. So international students that would never have been able to attend an open day, you can attend live open days now. You can speak to people, you can gain lots and lots of information before you make an application. So thank you. I'll hand back to Lainey now and see if we have any questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Anna and Pak Dono as well. Thank you so much for the insight. Jadi teman-teman sedikit mengenai sedikit summary mengenai kenapa kita harus get our UK Master Degree at the University of Derby ya. Selain College of Health, Psychology and Social Care at University of Derby, tentu banyak college lainnya. Banyak program lain yang ditawarkan, silakan cek dengan AECC counselor Anda ya. University ranking as mentioned by Anna tadi, kemudian ingat juga 1 year of study di UK seperti disebutkan Pak Dono tadi. Terutama University of Derby mempunyai strong employer partnership. Ya, jadi oleh sebab itu kesempatan untuk lakukan internship during your study sangat terbuka bagi mereka yang mau melakukan internship. Kemudian support on getting employment juga sangat banyak diberikan oleh University of Derby. Oleh sebab itu ranking mereka sangat tinggi ya untuk graduates in work of further study within 6 months mereka mendapat pekerjaan. Kemudian kalau dipikir-pikir, reasonable investment while studying at University of Derby dari segi tuition fee yang sekitar 14.750 sampai 15.500-an ya, dan juga living cost-nya very reasonable. Di mana fasilitas at University of Derby juga sangat memadai. Selain berbagai clubs yang mereka miliki, juga fasilitas untuk tinggal sekitar kampus, walaupun memang tidak bisa digaranti bahwa Anda bisa mendapatkan tempat tinggal yang Anda sukai, tergantung dari cepatnya Anda apply untuk accommodation yang diminati. Terakhir tentu adalah scholarship yang sangat banyak yang ditawarkan di University of Derby. Pertama-tama tentu Great Scholarship sebesar 11.000, jangan sampai terlewatkan oleh teman-teman semua. Kemudian International Excellence Scholarship dari sebesar $5.000 atau Vice Chancellor Scholarship at 100% of tuition fee. Tentu semakin tinggi scholarship yang diberikan, semakin tinggi juga GPA yang harus teman-teman miliki. Tadi disebutkan di PowerPoint antara 3,6 atau 3,8. Ya, namun demikian bagi mereka yang tidak mendapatkan scholarship tersebut masih ada 2.000 Great British Pound dari tuition fee yang harus dibayarkan. Oke, berikutnya kita juga ingin menjawab banyak pertanyaan, beberapa pertanyaan. Pertama, questions from Reginald Ngonadi. Can I get scholarship for postgraduate certificate program?
Yeah, so as long as you're studying a postgraduate taught program, you can qualify for scholarships. So you would need to wait until you've been made an offer and then discuss the scholarship options after that.
Oke, semoga itu menjawab pertanyaan Reginald ya. Next question is from Alarik Asha Safarel. I'm interested in doing Master of Public Health at Derby University this September. I have 3 questions to ask, Pak. First, if I want to experience working in the public health sector in the UK, Will the University of Derby help and support me in finding the right place to work? What kind of profession could I get after graduating from university in Derby City? By the way, I have a background on general practitioner in Indonesia. However, don't have a license to practice in the UK yet. Itu yang pertama, Pak. Second, I'm also interested in continuing to a PhD degree after finishing my master's. How big is my chance to continue PhD at Derby Uni as an alumni there? And third, to Mr. Dono, I really admire your career journey and success story. Can you suggest whether I should finish my study, master and PhD and find work in education field, or get working experience in the NHS, for example, between my study and return to a higher degree?
Okay, thank you. Ini apa namanya? Alarik. Thank you for the question. For me, well, let me tell you my story. Let me tell you my story first. Okay, so I, after graduating from the Bachelor of Public Health or Sarjana Kesehatan Masyarakat di UI dulu, saya mendaftar, saya sekolah S2 di Inggris. I did my masters in England. Then I returned back to Indonesia for a while, and it opens a whole range of possibilities. And I would think that our Master's Public Health and, well, not only our Master's Public Health, our other program at the University of Derby will provide you that opportunity, basically opening up your opportunities further. So recent examples from our graduates, for example, just I mentioned to you, Rabia, and also we have several other students who are now work for the NHS. They work for the health protection agents. I can't remember the name, sorry. Tiba-tiba namanya lupa. So Public Health England, juga local councils, dan beberapa organisasi lain di bidang kesehatan masyarakat. Tetapi ada juga beberapa mahasiswa kami atau lulusan kami yang memutuskan untuk berkarir di luar bidang kesehatan masyarakat. Contohnya seperti yang ada sekali, yang background Anda adalah GP, ya, dokter, yang memutuskan untuk mendaftar pada GMC, General Medical Council, nah, yaitu untuk mendaftar license medical practice di Inggris. Untuk itu mereka harus melakukan beberapa ujian dan lain sebagainya. Dan itu juga saya juga cukup banyak mahasiswa kami dari baik dari Derby maupun dari beberapa universitas yang saya dalami sebelumnya, di mana mereka kemudian melanjutkan karirnya bukan di bidang public health tetapi lebih ke arah klinisi. Baik kemudian melanjutkan sebagai GP atau melanjutkan sebagai konsultan, kerja di rumah sakit dan lain sebagainya. Cukup banyak kasus atau cerita seperti itu. Sementara few of our graduates continue their education further to become researcher or to become academics. So we have also one recent graduates from, he did his Master of Public Health with us, then continued his PhD at the University of Derby, and then became our associate lecturers for several years. But then now he is working as a lecturer at Birmingham City University, at our neighboring university. So it's quite a good examples of what you can do after this. We will not be able to provide individual, working experience and so on, because we have so many students, and if you have individual students, it would be quite difficult to do so. But students have to be actively looking for these opportunities. We are doing several external talk or visits by employers and so on, or from our alumni, which students may use this to get inspiration, to get networks, connections, and so on, in which they will be able to develop their own, reach out to potential employers. However, we also have our career service at the university, which will provide you with the skills and the preparation to get for your employment, future employment, both in the UK or wherever it is in the world, basically. So yes, so all of your questions there, the first one, the second one, and the third one, you can actually do it. But from my humble opinion and from my experience, I've been working in the UK for the last 20 years, more or less. It will depend on individual qualities. Opportunities are there. We are exactly equal opportunity. We have all the opportunity. It will depend on you yourself. If you like to continue study, I'll put it this way. I have 3 children. My first one is currently doing his PhD at the university. And my second daughter is currently doing her undergraduate degree. So opportunities are available for everybody. Including to become like me, for example, a lecturer, an academic working in the UK. If you complete while you're doing your master's public health or whatever master's you are, you can apply for a PhD opportunity. There are so many PhD opportunities in the UK, and it's open for everybody, not only at Derby, but also at other universities. If you like to work for the NHS, we work closely with our partners and also from our college, the College of Health and Psychology, Social Care. Obviously, we train a lot of nurses, a lot of midwives, and so on, allied health personnel, which work for the NHS. So we work closely with the NHS. But again, we will not be able to individually help you, if you know what I mean. But rather, we provide a generic service for everybody to flourish. Basically, we'd like everybody to be successful, whatever they intend to continue their career in the future. Back to Indonesia, obviously opportunities are huge in Indonesia. Just as I mentioned to you, I work in Indonesia 2015 to 2019. I enjoy working there, but unfortunately my personal circumstances prevented me from working continuously in Indonesia and so on. You are welcome to contact me individually if you like to discuss it further for this more specialist area. But for all students, I think studying in the UK will open different opportunities. And if you have the opportunity to study here with Derby, try to use the best time that you have by studying, by experiencing life, by joining a lot of the organization, doing a lot of activities, making networks. As mentioned, university is well known for our networks with the industry, and in health, obviously the industry will be the hospital, the NHS, or the international organization that works in health and so on. But opportunities are there. I'm very passionate about this, and if you know, during the last two couple of years during the pandemic, I've been heavily involved with Ikatan Ahli Kesehatan Masyarakat Indonesia, or the government of Indonesia, the Ministry of Health, and many other colleagues in Indonesia to help set up the COVID response for Indonesia and so on. So I hope that answers. Opportunities are there, okay? And I think he also asked, the next one is, I think Anna would be able to do this, answer this. How many Indonesian students currently studying at Derby University? I don't know, Anna. Do you know?
I don't know exactly, but I would say only about 5 to 10, maybe. We have had a drop in international students coming to the UK, obviously, over the last couple of years. What I do know is that applications for September 2022 are kind of 4 times as many as we've had for the last couple of years. So students are now starting to look at traveling again, thinking about their study options. So we do have some Indonesian students, but like I said, we have students from over 100 different countries, which is, I think, really nice, because if you want to come to the UK, you don't want to just study with Indonesian students, otherwise you would just stay in Indonesia, wouldn't you? So in terms of teaching, being able to share your background with someone from Africa's background, or the Middle East, or from the US or Europe, we have students from all over the world. And I think that kind of sharing of knowledge, Donna, you'd agree, that is brilliant, and really supports learning at the university. And then in your social life as well, being able to make friends and socialize with people from all over the world. It's that kind of life experience, isn't it, that's invaluable.
Oh, thank you. Hope that helps. Hope that answers your questions, Alarik. Another question is from Abdurrahman Muhammad Rasli. Does the department accept an applicant with degree in agriculture, but actually the applicant's research for bachelor thesis was about bacteria which relates to public health? If it is acceptable, how to start the admission process? I'll just answer on the last question, how to start the admission process. Just contact your AECC counselors, or your AECC counselors will contact you for the admission process. Over to you, Anna.
So in terms of public health, Donna, you might know more in terms of, is that background?
That will be compatible. As in applications, normally students would be asked to write a what's it called, a letter, a supporting letter, saying why they think that this course is for them, what relevancy it is, this program will be with their future career plan, or what they have done in the past. So just let us know about this, and we have, trust me, we have students from various different backgrounds, from language to study, then public health, and so on. As long as they are wanting to pursue a career in this, we would welcome application. But make sure for everything, not only public health, for anything, that you are actually that the program that you are applying is the one program, or the future thing that you would like to explore, what you would like to be in the future, or what you're passionate, and so on. The past will be helpful, that you have done this, this, and that, but most likely what you're passionate for the future.
Yeah, in terms of the application process, your application will go through to admissions, and they would check that you meet, say, the minimum GPA requirements and the English language requirements, and then it's sent on to the program leader and that faculty, and they will be looking at all of those things that Donna said in terms of your personal statement and your references, and to check that you're appropriate for the program.
Okay, I hope that helps. Another question from Muhammad Adnan Rifki. This is a great presentation. I'm interested in getting Master in Law. Can you explain about the Dean Scholarship? Does the GPA have to be extraordinary? I suppose yes. How about work experience will be considered? I have more than 5 years of working experience as a lawyer. Thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, the Vice Chancellor Scholarship is very competitive. In terms of the competition, it's worldwide. So we have 1 or 2 available for all countries of the world. So yes, you would need an extraordinary GPA. I think normally we're looking at least 3.6, 3.8, but we do take into consideration all of your work experience as well. So when you make that application, we won't only be looking at your GPA, we will be looking at your references, your statement of the 500 words I talked about, where you talk about your topic, and those things that Dono talked about in terms of why are you passionate? Why do you want to study this? What are your career aspirations? What do you want to go and do afterwards? So we'll be looking at that as a whole. But unfortunately, GPA does come into that because it's quite a competitive scholarship. In terms of the other scholarships, the GPA would come slightly down as the amount gets slightly less. So we look at it as a whole, really.
Great, thank you, Anna. One last question. One last question in the chat box from Dia Budi. She has a degree on interior design, but she's working in the marketing and business related industry right now. She checked the requirement on doing business management postgraduate, which is the education background needs to be relevant. So if she wants to apply for that postgraduate in business and management, is she eligible for that?
So we have several different business management postgraduate programs at Derby. The international business postgraduate program, you do need to have studied a business related undergraduate program because it has modules in terms of finance and different things that specifically need that background information, background learning. We wouldn't want to allow you to join a program and then you to struggle in terms of the learning because you don't have that prior knowledge. We do have a program which is an MSc in management, and we specifically developed this because there are a lot of students that don't have a business management background that want to come on and study a postgraduate program that is in management. So for that program, you don't need to have a business or management related undergraduate program. We have a range of students from many different backgrounds that apply to that MSc management. What we could do, if you specifically did want to apply for, say, the marketing management program because you're working in marketing, we could take a look at your CV and your personal statement and your experience, and we could speak directly to the program leader and say, this is the experience, do you think they would be okay on this program? And we can advise you specifically based on what what experience you have in which program to apply for. But that MSc management has been developed with international students in mind that want to study management but haven't got that prior learning.
Okay, and if she takes 10 weeks of the short course that available at University of Derby, would that help with the requirement, with the entry requirement, if she still wants to do the business management program?
In terms of the English language short course or an online program?
Course, yeah, the online program related.
Oh, okay. It will depend on the online program they've done and the modules they've done. We'd have to look at it on an individual basis, and the person that would make that final decision would be the program leader, and they would look specifically at the modules that they've studied.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Hope that answers your questions, Ibu Dia. I think we have come to the end of the session. Teman-teman, mungkin selanjutnya boleh hubungi counselor Anda at AECC Global untuk pertanyaan lebih lanjut. But we would like to thank you very much, Pak Dono Widiatmoko and Miss Anna Scott, for being here this afternoon. We'll get in touch with you again for our next workshop session. Teman-teman, jangan lupa apabila Anda tertarik untuk mengetahui lebih lanjut mengenai program yang ditawarkan untuk admission atau untuk scholarship, maka kami anjurkan Anda untuk segera mendaftarkan atau untuk apply langsung melalui AECC Global. Kumpulkan dokumen Anda di AECC Global, hubungi konselor Anda yang nantinya akan membantu untuk memasukkan aplikasi Anda ke University of Derby. Oke, selamat sore teman-teman semua. Thanks again Pak Dono and Miss Anna. Stay safe and stay healthy. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
See you, teman-teman. Bye for now.
That's the thing about life. It can be unpredictable, but your dreams need not be. How far would you go to make your dreams come true? How close are you to reaching those goals set by you? While others focus on a new normal, you focus on a new beginning. Look around for what inspires you. Build your narrative. After all, it's your story to tell. Take a chance. Take a leap. Begin your study abroad journey with us.
Looking for the right course for you? Welcome to AECC Global's Course Search, your one-stop platform for all your international education needs. Browse through millions of free, valuable study abroad resources to pursue your international study dream. To begin your search, type in your preferred course in the search bar. Filter by sub-course category, level of study, destination preference, tuition fees, duration and post-study work visa. With a destination drop-down, you can search for the preferred destinations of your choice. You can also filter down courses by top-ranked universities in your preferred destination and their rankings. Browse through various career choices, and you can also browse through free student resources like articles on tips to study abroad, the latest news, etc. We are here to support you with every step of your study abroad journey. To explore your course options, visit search.aeccglobal.com.